guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Today, if you haven't guessed it, we're going to be talking about the SOTO WINDMASTER stove. Now, this is a canister type stove. It's a really clever design, and that's one of the reasons why I was really hoping to share this with you so that you guys can make better informed purchases. As the design suggests, it's a canister type stove, so what that means is that the stove itself screws on top of the canister. So SOTO are a Japanese outdoor brand. They've been doing this for a very long time, and just like any other Japanese product, I found them, to be honest with you, very high quality, well made, and they have very clever design principles, which I think really pushes through in this product. And it's called the Windmaster and has that name for a really good reason. This stove is a beast in the wind. So ordinarily, canister type stoves in the past have really suffered with the wind, especially when you've got a pot on top of the actual device itself, and then of course the wind from the angles from the side really does take all of the heat out of the flame, to excuse the pun. So the design of this product is really clever. As I said, it's a screw-on canister type stove. It's got a micro adjustable regulator here. It's got the piezo ignition, so basically you don't need any lighters, you just click that when the gas is turned on. It's got a really clever burner unit at the top here, and an ultra strong pot support with a really low pot height. So what that means is the flame is really focused on the bottom of your stove, and it doesn't give the opportunity for the wind to affect it, really, if I'm honest with you. It's really highly windproof, and I'll show you in just a moment how windproof this design is, and it just equates to real world windproofness. I actually think this is actually more windproof than something like a jet boil. Now, jet boils are really efficient stoves, you can't knock them for that, but in the wind they really suffer. Jet boils just fall apart, and their boil times go through the roof, and thus affecting efficiency. So SOTO have done a really good job with this stove. It's really compact. It's actually got a pretty clever design here when it comes to the pot support here. So it's like a kind of folding X-wing, if you imagine. So you kind of squeeze it together like that and it comes away. And then you have this really kind of cool scissor kind of option here. You've got the folding arms, just like so, and then this actually, you open it up and you put the stove inside this when you're packing it away. So it makes the actual stove itself really compact once you do actually take it off. It comes in a nice neat bag. You can just throw this in your pack. It doesn't weigh a lot, even like this with a smaller gas canister. It's really quite compact, but you can see there that the actual burner unit there is very deep, so it provides not only a very wide burner surface but also a really protected burner surface from the wind, and it just works when you're outdoors. And to be honest with you, if you just want a hot drink, hot food to be able to cook on when you're outdoors camping, this just gets it done. It just does such a good job. So the main things about the design, as I mentioned, the pot support is fantastic. This is what they call a 4-flex. They do actually sell something called a tri-flex, and as the name suggests, it has a tri-pot support. But I think, if I'm honest with you, the 4-flex, which it comes with, is actually a better design. Quite simply, you open the spring there to take it off, and it kind of slides in. It's got some really clever hooks, and then you kind of squeeze it off, and then underneath it actually curves just inside there, so it fits really snugly. The burner there, the arms there, they hook really nicely to the bowl, and it provides really high strength. It's really good. I mean, I'm not saying you should stand on it, but if you're just cooking, this does a really good job. Like I said, low pot height there, so you can get to see there's a very small gap where the wind can actually physically attack the flame. So we're going to have a look at some of the testing that I've just done, and I basically, just to put some sort of context around it, I've got a very large industrial type fan. And basically we're going to switch this fan on in a second, and what you'll see is that the burner not only resists it, but it actually, as soon as it's lit, it just doesn't go out. And I put the actual fan itself on its high setting, and you'll be able to see from the pictures that the burner just doesn't go out basically. So it's really good. This fan that I'm using is no joke. It's basically an industrial one I bought for my house to keep the air flowing with these hot summer months, but it can't blow this stove out. So you can imagine you'll have a pot on top of the actual burner itself, and basically that translates, like I said, into real world decent burning times. So it just works for you. It's just great. So I will do a quick lighting test for you. The stove's off, it's connected to gas. Literally all you do, really simple, turn it on slightly, doesn't have to be on full power. There you go, simple as that. And the flame is really nice and even. It does a really good job. What's really nice about the flame control is actually you can turn it down to barely anything there. It's still going. And like I said, it has got a regulator, so it doesn't matter how empty or full this gas is. It will stay lit and it will provide a constant pressure output. So what does that mean? So, as you guys probably know, if you have a full can of gas, normally the output from the burner is much higher, which is great if you want to get faster ball times. But as soon as the can starts to get empty, the pressure decreases, it equalizes inside, and what that means is you get lower and lower and lower flame until it basically goes out. The flame is actually on, it's on so low that we can barely see it right now, but if I just turn it up just a little bit, you can just see it and you can definitely hear it on the microphone. And of course you can make it completely raw if you want to. I'm not going to do that because we're indoors and we're in the studio, but it's pretty well ventilated, so I promise I won't pass out on you. The piezo ignition in the center there is actually really good. It's really accurate and really quite reliable. It hasn't let me down so far. Now I've used this in the both the spring and the winter months. I found this really excellent, and if I'm honest, what this has replaced is my MSR, because the MSR is actually quite a big unit. There's nothing wrong with the MSR. It's a champion boiler. It beats everything for boiling tests in any bad weather, but with the MSR I can't actually fry bacon on a frying pan, whereas this is so powerful and so windproof, and it's such a clever pot design that I can put any pan I want on top, even a small metal cup. And if I want to kick it really simple, and I have two pots, a frying pan and then something like a saucepan to make my soup or noodles in, or something like that, rice, this is the stove. I love this stove. If you're looking for something really, really simple and easy to use, just like this, I think you can't really go wrong with this. I managed to pick this up for just under 40 English pounds. I think that's under 50 bucks, depending on where you are in the world. Again, it's a super high quality, high output, extremely wind resistant stove. I don't think, if I'm honest, there's anything on the market that beats this for its design, the size and power and the wind resistance. So it's such a clever design. It's a dream to use. Of course, you can leave this on if you don't want to. It just makes the pack size footprint there ever so slightly larger, but to be honest with you, it's so small and easy. I mean, it's just a dream to carry. You can obviously unscrew that, which I'll quickly show you. It's also got quite a clever O-ring there. Did you notice this gas didn't escape? And that's because of this O-ring here. If you imagine a tiny bit of gas escapes, again, it gives you more gas to cook with rather than worrying about it escaping. So again, a nice little clever feature there. We'll just close on the box there so you can just see it. Again, typical Japanese packaging, outdoor use only. It weighs 87 grams there, you'll see. Really cool pictures there showing you the Triflex there, which I personally like the 4Flex. Shows you how wind resistant it is, which you've seen on the video. It really is. It's really, really good. And it also shows you how it affects with the regulator, the micro regulator in cold weather. It just means basically that the burn times are consistent and they're really good. They call the igniter the stealth igniter. Why wouldn't you? It just sounds cool. But it's a fantastic product, guys. I mean, this thing is a beast and it just works, and that's all you really want when you're outdoors. You just want it to work, you want it to be reliable and simple to use. This does it all super easily. It's so compact. There's the small bag it comes in. I mean, what more could you ask for, really? It's a tiny little stove, fits itself in its bag, really, really small, and just really great design. Absolutely love it. So guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this video helps you out. If it does, let me know by dropping a like. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest things we got going on, just hit that subscribe button. And anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you soon.